Okay. So let's do a quick recap of yesterday. Okay. If I'm finding slope from, well, first of all, everything we did yesterday was finding slope from a what? A graph, right? You had points on a graph, and what was, thank you, what was super important about how we determine the slope? What did we have to keep in mind? Trey? Got to read it left to right, right? Okay. So yesterday, if I saw a point, let's say right here, and let's say right here, okay? It's very important that I go from here to here or here to here, right? Which one? Left to right. Okay, just like if I said, is Pikes Peak, is it going up or is it going down? You don't know unless I give you a starting point and an end point, right? I mean, if you look at Pikes Peak, it could be viewed as going uphill. It could be viewed as going downhill, can't it? But if I said if you start at the top of Pikes Peak and you're coming here, you're doing what? You're going down. If I say you start here and you're going to the top of Pikes Peak, that gives you a starting point, you're going up. Does that make sense? So your starting point is always going to be the first one you see from the left. So from here, I need to get down to here. What do? You went down 1, 2, 3, 4. And because I go down, it's what? Negative. And I went over 2. Now, can I simplify this? Yes. To negative 2 over 1, right? Okay, remember, slope has to be expressed as a what? Fraction. Okay? All right, are we good on everything yesterday? I put some more of these on your worksheet for today. Okay, so you understand that part of it, right? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, so we're good on that when we're finding slope from a graph. That's pretty simple, okay? But what if, okay, if I am finding slope from 2 points, okay? And what I mean by this, let's say I have a point on a graph and I have another point on a graph, but I don't want to use a graph, okay? Julia, give me a point on a graph, any point, doesn't matter what. Negative 5, 3, good, okay. So negative 5, 3, good. Christy, give me a point on a graph in quadrant 1.
3, 6.
3, 6. Okay, good. So if I wanted to find the slope of this from a graph, I could do it. That's what we just did, right? But let's go back and let's take these 2 points. What was this first point? Negative 5, 3. Okay. Negative 5, 3. And what was Christy's point?
It was 3, 5.
3, 6.
3, 6. Right.
Okay. So I got 2 points there, right? And on your worksheet, you're going to have 2 points, and I do not want you to use a graph. Okay? Well, there's a way that you can determine that slope without using a graph. Okay? First of all, how many points do I have here? 2, right? How many points do I have here? 2. So this first one, and every single point on a graph has a what value and a what value? Anybody remember? Thank you, an x and a y. So this is xy. This is also xy, isn't it? Right? Now, this is the first point. So we're going to make this x1, y1. This one is the second point. So what do you think we're going to make this one? x2, y2. Now, is that an exponent? That is not an exponent. Okay, don't get that confused with an exponent. It's not an exponent. It's a label. Okay, we're talking about the x1 and the y1 and the x2 and the y2. Okay, why do we label them, do you think? Well, we're going to use a formula, okay? We're going to use what's called the slope formula. This is important, okay? You will use this many, many, many times from now until you graduate from high school. You'll use slope formula a lot. Anybody know what it is? No? Okay, M means what? Slope. Equals y2, whatever y2 is, minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, this is a, bless you, this is a formula that doesn't change. Okay, this you use every time you're trying to find slope from 2 points. Now all I have to do is go back and what? substitute for those values, right? Okay, look at it. What is y1, guys? Look at it. What is y1? 3. Sorry. What is y2? What is y2? 6 minus, what's y1? 3 over, what's x2? 3 minus, what's x1? Negative 5. Now, when you do this, okay, if you have not normal subtraction, those of you guys that haven't been in my class before, you may not know this, but you guys that have been in my class before, when you have not normal subtraction, in other words, you have any negative that's part of your subtraction, and slope formula always is subtraction. This does not change. This is minus and this is minus. It's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Anytime you have not normal subtraction in your head, what do I want you to be saying? Copy at opposite. In your head, I want you to say that. So this is normal. What's 6 minus 3? 3. Is this normal? No, because there's a negative. So in my head, I'm going to say copy 3, add, subtraction becomes addition. What's the opposite of negative 5? What's 3 plus 5? 8. Okay, so the slope of these 2 points is 3 over 8. Well, let's go test it and see if that's right. Okay? If I'm going from here to here, what do I have to do? I got to go up how many? 1, 2, 3. That's right. Over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Was that slope correct? Yes, it was. Okay? We didn't even have to use a graph. All we did was find the slope from using 2 points because we used the slope what? Formula. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay, let's try another one. What's the slope formula? Remind me. M equals over. Okay. Are you going to use this a lot? Yes. Okay. Levi, give me a point on a graph. 2 negatives. Negative 5, negative 8. We'll graph this over here. So back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right here. Okay. Hannah, give me another point on a graph anywhere. And we can even use a 0. Do like a 0, 3. Very good. 0, 3. All right. Okay, 0, 3. So over 0, up 3. We want to find the slope from there to there. Okay? Jackson, this first point, what is it? X what? X, XY, X1, Y1, right? Because this is the first point. What is this one? That's the second point. So what's that one going to be? Okay, good. Does everybody understand what we did there? Now what do I have to do? Just plug them in. Esmeralivia, what is Y2? 3. Kemper, what's Y1? Huh?
8.
What? Negative 8. James, what's X2? 0. And Jonathan, what is X1? Negative 5. Okay. Are we in good shape now? Can you figure this out? Are either one of these normal subtraction? So in my head, instead of saying 3 minus negative 8, what am I saying? 3 plus, what's the opposite of negative 8? What's 3 plus 8? 11. Blinken. 0 plus negative 5 is the same as saying what? 0 plus 5, which is what? 11 over 5. Now, is this acceptable to leave this as an improper fraction? Why? Because we're talking about what here? Slope. Okay? Should we see if that's correct? Okay? So this, from here to here, we're going to go up how many? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, bless you, 8, 9, 10. I think I graphed it wrong. We'll just say it's 11. Over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it's correct. Okay. Do you understand how to do this? Okay. I'm going to give you 2 points, and I want you to find the slope between these 2 points. Okay? Negative 5, 2, and 11, negative 3. Find the slope of those 2 points. Levi, you got an answer? Levi, can you help me with the formula? What is the formula?
y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1.
Okay. And this is x, y, x, y. Which one's my ones? Those, and this is 2, right? Okay. So let's plug them in here. y2 is negative 3 minus 2 over, what's x2? 11 minus negative 5. Okay. Jordan, is this normal subtraction up here? So what's negative, huh? No. What's negative 3 plus negative 2? Negative 5. Okay. And Forrest, what about this? Is this normal subtraction down here?
No.
No. So what's 11 plus 5? Good. How many of you got that one correct? Okay. Are we good? We don't need any more review on this. We're good to go? Excellent.